Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Oh, it's been a minute. I've been thinking about making this video for a month for you guys, but I'm in Arizona and it's been hot. It's been hot, hot, hot. We're in a heat wave in August, 110 plus every day, so it's hard to film. Everything overheats. I film here in the garage. Camera overheats, everything overheats. I overheat. It's a nightmare. So we got a break in the heat today. By the end of the week, we're going to be back up to 105, so that's great. Obviously, today we're talking about belts. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, like I said, for like a month, maybe longer. It's been on my mind every single day. And then the heat came about 2-3 weeks ago, and then it just screwed everything up. So on the very left here is a belt I did on a video a while ago. Most of you probably never seen it, so I'm just going to go over again basically another little quick mini review on this belt over here. So this is from a company called Slide Belts. It's a ratcheting belt. Before anybody says anything, because usually the first thing that people say when they think ratcheting belt is mission belt. I'm here to say I've done the research. I know Slide Belt has been around longer than mission belt. About 3 years longer was when the patent on this belt was filed. I was actually wearing this belt the day that the founder, air quotes, founder of Mission Belt was on Shark Tank. Came on Shark Tank. I don't remember exactly what they said. If usually the sharks will say, well, does anybody else have this design? Is there any competition out there? Blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what the guy from Mission Belt said. The only thing I can think of is two things. One is the patent ran out on this at that 3-year mark when the Mission Belt came out. I've never owned one. I don't know what they look like. And two, there's also a possibility that his design is better. Again, I don't know. If you guys own a Mission Belt, let me know, because I don't own one. I do like this belt. As you can see, it's been through some stuff. This is actually the second one of these I've had. So not Mission Belt, sorry, Slide Belts, slidebelts.com. They call this the strap, and then the buckle. So you can buy these separately. You can pick a buckle and a strap, or they have ones that are like predetermined. So originally this had a black strap, exactly like this one, just in black. And after about 2 years, it started to do this cracking, as you see here. Now, just a disclaimer, everything I buy, I use it for what it's not intended for. So I'm pretty sure this belt was never intended to be used in a working situation. I worked in mines, I worked outside, 100% of the time. And, this thing will absorb sweat and who knows what else. So if you have this in a non-work setting, I'm sure it'll be fine. My wife actually has one. It doesn't even. She's had one for like 6 years. It doesn't look anything like this. So I've beat the crap out of this thing because I just like it because of the ratcheting function, which is in here. So this is the ratcheting function, and I really like this belt. And when I was going to get another belt, I didn't want to go with any other belt, and I still might replace this strap, and just not wear it for work, because man, I actually miss this belt. Despite these belts here that we're going to talk about, I really, 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 really miss this belt. The unlimited, adjustability is just, you can't even beat it. You just can't beat it. The problem is, obviously the durability. So prior to this backstory, real quick, I had 2 leather belts and snapped both of them. So that just shows you how hard on belts I am. I snapped one leather belt up by the buckle, and another one across where the holes are. So I went to this one just because of the the adjustability. It wasn't necessarily for durability, I guess. So real quick, when you get these in the box, so here it is, Slide Belts. The name's right there. Oops, upside down, sorry. Slide Belts. So when you get these, the biggest downside of these belts is this mechanism here. And I did a video on it where there's a hack. So originally when you get these, it has these lines, as you can see here. So this is where you're supposed to cut for your waist size. So it has all these lines. So after you cut it, it'll be flat. And then you put it in here. You open this up. Come on, you open this up. It's got these teeth, focus, teeth. So it goes in here. Okay, and then you push this down. Okay, so when it's flat, I gotta get something to open it up here. So when it's flat, what I have found, got all these tools in here and I can't even find nothing to open this up. So what I found with these when it's flat, when you actually press this down, you can see how it's pushing it, it pulls it backwards essentially. So you can kind of see where it's kind of pulling it back. So what I discovered is if you cut these at an angle, you can actually get this in here deeper than if it was flat. As you can see here where it's flat, it'll actually kind of stop right there when you cut the belt flat. So if you cut these at an angle, I'm trying to do this through the camera, sorry. So if you cut these through at an angle, you can push this up past that flat part. See? So when you cut it flat, it's going to stop there. And then as you push this down, it's actually going to back it out to probably like there. So it's not biting very much on it at all, as you can see. So if you cut these angles on here and you push it all the way up and then push it down, it actually brings it down level and it gives you more bite. So after I did that, I never had a problem with it coming apart. Prior to that, when it was just cut flat, it would actually pull itself out. So I kind of just discovered that on my own. Nobody told me. So then last November, this started happening. I went to go take it off one day and it actually couldn't get it off. This got jammed in there. It pulled all this off. They do make a leather belt version too, so I don't know if that's better. But so you put this in here. I don't know if it's going to work because it's damaged. My wife has one though. I could probably show you that one. So it's going to go through the top here. I don't know if it's going to work. Focus. Okay, it does work. So you can hear it clicking. And it's just unlimited adjustability. So to release it, you lift this up. And you can see this thing is scratched. I mean, I've worn this for 6 years or something like that. So, I mean, it does still technically work. But you can hear the clicking. And then this part here started loosening up. I don't know how to fix that, if it is fixable. But it's not supposed to be this loose. It's actually supposed to stay tight. So there's a spring in there. Maybe it needs a new spring. I don't know. I might take it apart and focus and look at that. So you can hear the adjustability. So Mission Belt has, I don't know, the similar design, same design. I don't know. I don't own one, so I don't know. But the patent definitely ran out. Maybe possibly ran out on this after 3 years, and that's why Mission Belt came on the scene on Shark Tank. But the patent was filed on this a whole 3 years before Mission Belt was even in existence. So this is the original ratcheting belt as far as I know. So then I went on a hunt after this. I mean, I was still kind of wearing it like this, so I went on the hunt. And I knew about other belt companies. I knew about Mission Belt and, you know, the other companies out there. So I started going to the websites and doing the research. And I settled on this. Actually, the one on the left here, I got back in November. I've been wearing it ever since. You guys probably already know. It's from Groove Life. There's the Groove Life symbol. So this one is actually their focus. It's not going to want to focus on that there. This is actually their metal one, which I prefer over, well, we'll talk about that one, but I prefer this one. So why did I go with this one? Well, the webbing is the whole reason why I went with this one. This one actually, I don't know, it's probably not going to show it on camera. It's not going to show it on camera, but maybe it will. So these actually focus. These actually flex. The camera's not going to cooperate, but these actually, you can see it there. These actually flex. So the issue with, you know, the leather belts is when I bend down, I kneel down, they would snap. Same thing with that one. When it pulled apart, it snapped. It didn't snap, but it pulled out of the buckle. So when I saw that this said that, and I didn't even know that, and these have been around for years, I didn't know that these, had this like spandex. You can see it flexing there. I thought, well, that's got me sold. And the other thing is warranty. So as of late, everything I've been buying is warranty, lifetime warranty. That's why I only wear Darn Tough socks. If you see my other videos, I only buy Darn Tough socks. It took me forever to commit to paying $25 for a pair of socks. Now I have like 6-8 pairs, but they're lifetime warranty, and I've warranted a couple of them because I'm very hard on everything. So everything I buy in my life now needs a warranty, apparently. So this has like a 94-year warranty or something like that. It has something to do with the guy who invented it, the founder. But 94 years, no questions asked. If it breaks, they'll fix it, replace it, whatever. So if you're not familiar, the mechanism is here. This is all the magic. It's magnets. Focus. Is it going to cooperate? So you push and then lift. Just like that. And it's got a magnet there in the center. And then you just put it on and that's it. That's it. You don't do nothing else. It just snap it on. I mean, some of you guys probably already know. So that's it. And then it's on. So this is one I've been wearing daily since November. And I mean, it still looks good. So these belts are not cheap. That's another thing. I know they're not cheap. $69 is pretty standard. A couple times a year they have a sale. So 2 weeks ago or something, I don't know what it was, when I wanted to do this video, I got an email saying some kind of sale. I don't know. So I paid like $35 for this, and they had another sale, same thing. It was $35. So, I think Prime Day they might have been the same, and then Black Friday's coming up real fast here, which is crazy. But Black Friday's coming up. That's when I actually bought this one, and they go down to like $35. So I have actually for the very first time seen these in store, Cal Ranch stores. I've actually seen them in there. I was in a Cal Ranch store the other day. If you have one close by, then you can go kind of hold it in your hands and play with it. But I saw a couple Cal Ranch stores that had a whole display. They also make rings. I don't have one of their rings, but they make rings. They make all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to put a link for their website down there. I'm already getting some scratches on this one. So when I ordered this one, I didn't know. I mean, I knew they had these, but I didn't know. I didn't even read it. I just wanted it for the color. This is actually one of their plastic buckles. I'm not a fan of the plastic, but it is what it is. So I think I'm going to move this to my work belt, and then keep that for, non-working stuff. So yeah, this one's all plastic, and that one's all metal. So I don't know. I haven't worn it yet. I threw the package away. I should have kept it, but we're going to talk about the sizing next. So on the back here it says large. So all their belts go small, medium, large, extra large. They don't use like pant size, like 32, 34. So when you look it up, gotta look at their sizing chart. This is also a large. I believe it doesn't even say large on here. This one is a large, but it doesn't say. I believe I'm in between sizes. That's why I went with a large. Oh, also, the adjustability is a nightmare. That's why I prefer the ratcheting belt. So to adjust these, I mean, you can see how tight that is, the tolerance. So you gotta like push this up like this, and then you can pull one way or the other to adjust it. So, I mean, that's the thing that I don't like. I like having the ratcheting belt because throughout the day I like to kind of adjust, especially here in the heat. So this one I actually already have adjusted, so you can see there's quite a lot left, and that's because, like I said, I'm in between sizes, so it's better to have too much than not enough. So I'm going to show you what I did with this other one. This other one is the same length. It's also a large. But see, I've already cut this one down. Oop, sorry, the lighting sucks. So I've already cut this one down. So all I did was to adjust this, because this is too much. So I don't want to take it down too far. I still want to have some adjustability. So I usually take off about that much. So you can see this is the factory end. This is how it comes when you get it. So you put it on, do your adjustment, and you may not have to cut it at all. Some people don't have to cut it at all. So we'll do this right here. That's why I haven't done this yet. I've had this for like 2 weeks now. Haven't even worn it because I wanted to do a video and show you guys how I do it. So let me see here. Let me get a marker, I guess. We can do a marker. So I basically just kind of copy what they already have. Let's see if I can find here. This is probably like a 40. I know it's overkill. I know. Yeah, so it's a 45-degree angle. So I just try to like duplicate that. I can always make it shorter later. I just make a mark like that. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. I just try to get it close to like what they did at the factory. So then I'll just cut this. I just have trauma shears. It's pretty thick webbing, so you're going to need some good scissors. Trauma shears work great. It's kind of like cutting paracord. Oop, there it goes, man down. Okay, so now we've cut it. So the way I like to do it, I don't do it with these. I found the lighter doesn't work. Like if you're going to do a paracord, you burn it with a lighter. I found that the lighter doesn't work that great. But I guess a mini torch would work better. So I just take a cheap soldering iron. I got this one from Walmart. And I just use this to sorry, I'm trying to do this through the camera. So I just use this to burn that edge down and melt it. And it basically looks like the factory one. So because you don't want it to fray, it will fray. So it frayed as I was cutting it, so you just want to melt that down. I didn't do as good on this one as I did on the black one, but it's alright. So I did this one, as you can see. Ooh, it's actually starting to kind of move a little bit there. Looks like I didn't melt it good enough. This one's already starting to fray a little bit. But this is the one I cut back in November. So I'm just kind of fix that real fast. I'm assuming they do something similar at the factory. It doesn't look too great, but it's not going to win any awards, but it'll work. So that's good to go. So that's how you cut that, melt it. This adjustment on this one's a little bit different. It has this bar, so it's slightly different than that metal one. I'm kind of bummed out this isn't metal. I really thought that this was going to be metal. You just push that bar to the side, and then you can push it through. I think this one rolls. That rolls, so that bar will hold it kind of tight. So anyway, I know there's been a bunch of videos on these. Tool trucks have also been selling these. Oops, sorry. So if you have like a Matco truck, I've seen some Matco trucks have them. Maybe some other tool trucks have them. I don't know. But anyway, so I'll put a link for Groove Life's website down in the description. They have just so many different combinations of buckles and straps. And during Black Friday, they have limited edition ones. They only release a certain amount of them, and then they go away. So this is the one the metal one. It's like a carbon fiber dealio. This has been my favorite. I'm going to start wearing this one, see how it is. They do have screws on them, so it would be super cool if you could actually like change the buckle out. yourself. Like if they, I wish they sold just the buckles themselves. I don't think they do though. That would be cool to kind of change them out and customize. But I guess you could buy several different belts and do it yourself. That would also be an option. Alright, so this video is getting long, but I wanted to get a video out for you guys. So Groove Life belts, check them out. So far so good. They've been my favorite. They flex and on all the good stuff. So that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.